We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. It's 3-0 versus 2-1. A good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. On first down, they'll start out with Wright. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
Even better than that, they pitched a shutout in that game, and I'm telling you, trust me on this one. That's a confidence builder for the rest of the season. When you get a defense that puts together a performance like that this early in the year, well, that sends notice to the rest of the NFL and spreads confidence throughout the locker room that they're going to be a force to be reckoned with.
It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. You talk about this Falcon defense. They were terrific last week against Buffalo in that victory.
Yeah, they pitched a shutout in that game, didn't they? And those don't come around all that often in the NFL. The ability to keep someone out of the end zone and also from kicking one through the post. Well done.
Murray going to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on first down with Wright. There he goes, right side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
On second down, here's a run with Wright, and he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 13-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on third. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there. And I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on third down.
Right. Will score. Touchdown, Miami. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Under crunch.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Absolutely no trouble moving the ball on the ground on the first 2 plays from scrimmage.
Absolutely. You know what I really like? Same guy carrying the ball in both plays, and what drives me crazy is when a back has a nice run, he taps his helmet to go out of the game. I would want the ball again and again and again because you've established really nice momentum, and now you're seeing the field really well.
Switch. Check.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. The Falcons at 3-0 here in the month of September. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Check 3. Kill.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta, 2nd quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Check. Presto.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Watch the twist.
Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. On the move to his left. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on third down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a first down.
Big stop, let's go. 46, boys, 46. 46.
Robinson up the middle. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. 46 to Mike, 46. Let's go, baby, they turn up. Let's get that ball. Let's get that ball. Right there, hurt. Rig alert.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway, because that's your strength.
Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Robinson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know a defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Go! 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack, and that makes things tougher here on 3rd and goal.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 46 to Mike.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Do that again, baby. Do it again.
And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards?
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
46 to Mike. 46. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. 46 to Mike. 46 to Mike. Silver.
Hey, check Mike 46. Check Mustang 19.
Switch.
They'll try and throw. Here's Penix. Eluding the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
4th down, and the attention turns to Falcon kicker Younghoe Koo. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Koo knocks this one through the post. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 62 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Here we go.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here.
Here we go.
As he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Go on. Watching your ball.
Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Murray now on 1st down. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle with career touchdown number 128. He's now tied with Marvin Harrison for number 9 on the all-time list. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Short throw caught by Pitts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Watch the slant. 20, Mike 20. We ain't giving up nothing today. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Come on, baby, come on. Let's 19 Lion. There we go, Mike 20.
Looking to throw, Penix. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now, they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, Mike 20.
Hand off now to Robinson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
On second down, another shot for Robinson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 63 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Hey, let's get them home.
Again, it's Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
There we go, Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 20, Mike. Any day. Big Ed, Big Ed, Big Ed.
Penix working out of the gun here. Steps away to his left. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
Now a give, running left is right. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey. Here we go. 4 plays to Mike.
Here's Murray. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Troy Anderson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Well, here this 3rd quarter, the whole complexion of the ball game flips on a dime there, CD. This is back to a 1-score game.
And sometimes when your offense is sputtering, you as a defensive unit have to take it upon yourselves to say, we've got to go out there, maybe take a few chances along the way, and see if we can generate some points ourselves. And lo and behold, they were able to deliver.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. first down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to return.
From the gun, Murray. He'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Up the middle, Achane. A.J. Terrell coming up to make the play.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 21, here's a 2nd and 5. Achane here, they stay on the ground. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. That is caught, and he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll give this to Wright, running right. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Murray now to throw. Dancing to his left. And that's a hard-earned yard there as he takes a pretty good jolt at the end of that one.
While you admire anyone trying to pick up an additional couple of yards, they're just not worth it when you take shots like that. Quarterbacks have to stay in the game and stay on the field.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Throwing now is Murray. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Touchdown! A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins are able to widen their advantage. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Penix. Oh, that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Penix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Penix going to look to throw on first down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Cam Smith. And the Dolphins are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, down 2 scores in the 4th quarter. It maybe wasn't quite desperation time, but it was getting close. And that interception there on the deep ball, that probably slams the door on their chances.
And maybe that was the thought process, that it wasn't quite desperation time. So now you take the shot before they're going to lay back any farther on defense. Go ahead and throw it downfield. Unfortunately, it didn't work. And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
On the give, this is right. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
He's going to look deep down the field, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be. Falcon football. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To the air, Penix being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now a 2nd and 10.
That's the pass. 36, 36.
Cut my team. Cut my team. Hey, check my 46. Check my...
They'll throw with Penix. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late, and that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Bass. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Murray. They'll swing this out wide. Here's Achane. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
We got to step it up.
Hey, check my 46.
Watch the run. Check 24. Check 24.
Check Bobcat. Check Bobcat.
And looking to throw, Penix. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down at the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 58 yards.
And here's a spot where this offense says, we got to start making something happen. We're down 2 scores. It's the 4th quarter. We've got to start moving with some urgency. And here's a big play that gives them a ray of hope that they can get back in this one.
So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
46 Mike, 46.
Penix to the air once more. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. Well, a field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. 5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, second down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. This now a 3rd and 4. Murray now. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Miami first down, and the Dolphins are going to win the football game. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. A run straight ahead with HLFL. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and we have it in the NFL. The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. They'll run again. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Forced out to his... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for Miami, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Buffalo to take on the Bills. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.